So, Hunter S. Raoulf, I'm bad with names, but he has been showing off a Zastava M70 that is hot trash from Atlantic Firearms. This is not that gun, okay? But I think there is some shenanigans going on, and we need to talk about that right now. If there's any message that you get from this video is be careful with Atlantic Firearms and really know what you're getting, because I think what happened to Homeboy is he ordered a Zastava that looked like this. It has like this rail. It's different than mine because this rail goes all the way back here. This is like one piece, and then there's another piece back here. The rail looks a little bit different. There's more spacing here. I don't know. It's a terrible rail. Just watching his video, you know, at first glance, I saw his rifle and I was like, oh, he's got an M70X. What? You know, I started looking at it. There's like a big groove line down the center of the rail right here. And you can just tell it's a different rail if you actually know what you're looking for. This is the actual Zastava rail. This came from the factory like this. The other difference is I have thousands of rounds on this rifle going strong. The chrome line barrels held up great. I was just looking at that the other day. He ran 100 rounds through it and automatically had an issue with clearance, with his top rail system. Oh man, it just sounded like a complete nightmare. So I just want to put this out there. Be careful. Just because a Zastava resembles this doesn't mean it's actually from Zastava. Because I think what happened with the Atlantic Firearms is they got some kit bash Zastavas where somebody over somewhere got some wooden furniture Zastava rifles and kit bashed some sort of rail system onto them. I don't think his had irons on it, right? I also didn't see like the side mount. So I think it is the same company making the side mount for Zastava as the rail, this rail that actually works. His rail that he has actually hinders his rifle. So his barrel and everything is like lashed together so that this rail can go over it. That is not the case with this. This is like this is as free float as this AK can be. This rail is made specifically for it. That's probably why Zastava themselves actually was selling this rail with this rifle like straight from them. And honestly, after hearing what the dude paid for the Atlantic Firearms Zastava, I mean, it was $1,400. You could have just got one straight from Zastava and actually had the working rail as advertised without a bunch of bullshit in between. You would have also got iron sights included, right? There is iron sights on this thing. You know, it works with their rail. I didn't get like to really look at his rifle, but it's something that's eerily close to this, but it's not, and it's from Atlantic Firearms. Everybody should stay away from that, especially for that kind of money. Just go straight to Zastava. That was the other thing. I could just send this rifle back to Zastava. I got it from them. So I think the culprit here, the person actually to blame here, is Atlantic Firearms and the guy that kit bashed that rifle for them. Really, it's that guy's fault. You know, that rifle that he was showing off, he had problems with it within the first 100 rounds. You know, this rifle has ran thousands of rounds. I've never had an issue. I don't even know what an issue feels like on this rifle because she has never skipped a beat. I've upgraded the furniture a little bit, have a shock absorber stock on her. Aside from that, though, this rifle is pretty much done. I'm about to Loctite everything. Like, I've proofed this rifle enough to be my my home defense rifle. Like, this is a straight up Castle Doctrine rifle. I absolutely love it, and gonna get more ammo for it. But anybody that is looking into getting something like this, just be careful. Like, there's an actual imitator version of this, apparently, that is a piece of shit, and it costs just as much. You really got to be careful with Atlantic Firearms. I've also seen something where there was some serious quality control issues with some of the guns that they were sending out. Now, I have bought from them myself. My police trade-in Jericho had to come from Atlantic Firearms. So, you know, you are getting a used gun. You never know what you're going to get. And I don't know. I wish I would have seen the ad for the M70 that this guy just got, because I would have liked to actually look at it. That would have been interesting, because you know the rail system on his rifle is a complete mess. So I left him a comment saying this isn't Zastava's fault. Like, this is all on Atlantic Firearms, you know, and obviously the kit basher, because I guarantee you Zastava sold that rifle of his working just fine, probably with a wooden furniture set, right? But somebody else took it, cannibalized it, put some kind of half-ass rail on it, and had to lash a bunch of shit down to do it, and then sold it through Atlantic Firearms. And yeah, they should be ashamed of themselves for that, and especially for that price. That's what makes it really painful, because you could have just went straight to the source. You could have went and talked to Zastava and just ordered one of these. I don't really see anybody having issues with these, and this rail works amazing to mitigate the heat that AKs build up. I mean, I really have no complaints about this thing, aside from the side rail that I did swap out. I was gonna say, I don't know if it's UTG or UUQ. I think it's UTG. They make the rail, I believe, and they make the side mount. My side mount was crooked. So my optic wasn't perfectly centered over bore. So I did swap that out with this one. This is adjustable from Midwest Industries. This thing is much better anyway. It's more reinforced here. It's got less spring to it. It really holds exactly where it's supposed to be. I love this thing. But UUQ did a much better job on the actual rail. This rail is solid. It soaks up all the AK heat. I've never had an issue. I've loaded this thing up with a bunch of crap. I've ran a bunch of stuff on it, and I mean, I've never had an issue with it. I've had to tighten this rail down, I think once. I went over the screws and just tightened a few things down, and that was after, you know, thousands of rounds. So yeah, this rifle is ready to actually be Loctite. Everything on it is just gonna be on it. But I wanted to get something out to just let people know, if you're shopping for an AK like this, be careful, especially if you see them floating around on these websites. See if you can just get it straight from the manufacturer. And you should be, right? You should be able to. I saw this gun online. I wanted it. I went to my local gun shop, and they were actually getting an order of these in themselves, straight from Zastava. So, I mean, I was able just to get it through them and shave $20 off of the price that I was willing to pay anyway. But, you know, if the dudes at my gun shop can order these straight from the plug, so can you. So I really don't know why somebody would go to Atlantic Firearm. I get it. You see an AK, it looks good with the rail on it and everything, and you just assume, hey, it's a Zastava. Like, it's going to have that Zastava durability. Not if it's not actually from Zastava themselves. So keep that in mind when shopping for something like this. But if you do get it straight from Zastava, this thing has just been awesome. I love it. And yeah, can't say enough good things about it. Anyway, have an awesome day, everybody. Please heed my warning. I would hate for anybody to get burnt, because then what do? Like, you can't return anything to Atlantic Firearm. That's going to be a nightmare. I doubt you could send something like that in to Zastava. They would just, I don't even know what they would do. But yeah, best of luck to that guy. I hope you find something to do with that rifle. Yeah, have an awesome day, everybody.